Hello and welcome to the abridged version of Nationwide News on the network service of the NTA. I am Nolene Ebel-Ame. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has given an assurance that the reconstruction of the Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway will be completed this November. The minister made the declaration while on an on-the-spot assessment of the route. He commended the contractor for adhering to specification and praised Governor Alex Otti for clearing traders and vehicles to speed up work. Neka Onu reports.
The other side.
The minister expressed satisfaction with the progress of the Aba section of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Dual Carriage Expressway. He assured that the federal government is committed to delivering quality roads in the southeast. Despite rain challenges, the contractor pledged to complete the project on schedule, including asphalting.
We are on 95%. We already finished this left-hand side lane. We finished it all to the end. Only the right-hand side remaining, only 4 kilometers left for asphalt. And all this 4 kilometers we already finished 3.5 kilometers earthwork, remaining 500 meters only for earthwork.
Road users anticipate that the completed road will boost socio-economic activities.
We are very happy about the completion of the road.
It was totally dilapidated. But today is another new fresh view in our state.
The minister's frequent visits highlight the government's focus on ensuring a durable road infrastructure. In Aba, Neka Onu, NTA.
President Tinubu has communicated to the Senate seeking confirmation of chairman and 2 commissioners of the Nigerian Law Reform Commission. The nominees are Professor Dakas as chairman, while Professor Fatima Alkali and Dr. Uchenna Okorocha are to serve as commissioners. Also transmitted to the Senate by the President for confirmation is the list of appointees for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RSEC. Other nominees for confirmation are the chairman, executive director, and members of Rivers State Primary Healthcare Management Board, members of the board of the Rivers State Civil Service Commission, as well as board of Rivers State Local Government Service Commission.
The appointments are required in order for the Rivers State Administrator to continue to run the government seamlessly within the period of the emergency. Whilst I trust that it will receive the expeditious consideration of the Senate, please accept the distinguished senators and distinguished Senate President the assurances of my highest regard. Signed, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is referred to the ad hoc committee on emergency rule in Rivers State.
Meanwhile, the members of the Benue State Caucus in the National Assembly have expressed concern over continued attacks across communities and called on the state government to be proactive through implementation of preventive measures.
Members of the caucus of the National Assembly from Benue State, therefore, unequivocally and without any fear of contradiction, deny the allegations that they are sponsoring Fulani militia to attack and kill Benue people. Collectively and or individually, members of the National Assembly have contributed immensely to the solution of the current situation and challenges bedeviling current security situation and the challenges bedeviling Benue State.
As Nigeria commemorates its June 12 Democracy Day, stakeholders in Sokoto State have acknowledged efforts of President Bola Tinubu in navigating the country towards peace and prosperity, particularly in addressing insecurity and economic challenges. The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Goronyo, was among those who commended the president's leadership style and Governor Ahmed Aliu of Sokoto State for fulfilling his campaign promises to the electorate halfway through the current mandate. Dalhatu Abdullahi reports.
Nigeria is marking 26 years of uninterrupted democracy in its 65 years of nationhood. The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Goronyo, reveals that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu inherited over 36,000 kilometers of road projects and numerous uncompleted projects across Nigeria on assumption into office. The president, under the renewed hope agenda through the Ministry of Works, accelerated their completion, at the same time initiating new projects aimed at transforming Nigeria's transportation landscape. Commended Sokoto State Governor Ahmed Aliu for his prudence in the execution of people-oriented projects.
There are a lot of bridges that are very critical, very vital to the economy of this nation. There are so many other projects that are also plugged off.
Over 140 vehicles were procured and distributed to various security agencies in the state.
He's on the path of taking Nigeria to where we are heading to.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari changes the Democracy Day from 29th of May to June 12th in recognition of Chief MKO Abiola and other heroes that fought for democracy in Nigeria. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
On felicitation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated Prince Sam Amuka Bemu, a journalist and publisher of Vanguard newspaper, on his 90th birthday. Fondly called Uncle Sam Amuka Bemu, the celebrant started his career at the Daily Times, co-founded The Punch with the late accountant chief Olu Aboderin, and set up the Vanguard newspaper in 1984, which became one of Nigeria's most influential newspapers under his leadership. President Tinubu, in a letter to what he described as an icon in media profession, Uncle Sam remains a shining example of dedication, resilience and integrity within the media industry. He said he is not just a leader of the profession, but a doyen from the altar of journalism. His qualities influenced the media landscape and extended to his role as a respected leader in Delta State and the South-South geopolitical zone, making him an elder statesman. President Tinubu used the occasion of this year's Democracy Day to confer him the national honor of Commander of the Order of the Niger, CON, in profound recognition of his significant contributions to the country and his exemplary leadership in the field of journalism. The president urged the younger journalists to emulate the highly respected publisher and leader. In a similar news, the Nigerian Guild of Editors has joined Nigerians in celebrating one of its senior members and publisher of Vanguard Media Group, Prince Sam Amuka Bemu, on his 90th birthday. In a statement signed by the General Secretary, Dr. Iyabosa Uogwarin, the Guild described Uncle Sam's birthday as a testament to his enduring wisdom, legacy and commitment to the journalism profession. The Guild explained that as the founder of Vanguard Newspapers Group, Prince Amuka Bemu has played a pivotal role in shaping the media landscape. According to the editors, Uncle Sam's commitment to journalism has inspired generations of journalists and media audiences alike. The Guild wished Prince Amuka Bemu a happy 90th birthday filled with joy, love and celebration, and prayed for his continued good health, happiness and fulfillment. Advocacy for inclusive policies and public education that protect the rights of persons with albinism has continued to echo. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, reaffirms her commitment in her message marking this year's International Albinism Awareness Day. The First Lady expresses solidarity with all persons with albinism across Nigeria and the world. She says the theme for the celebration, demanding our rights, protect our skin, preserve our lives, is a great call to action that reminds us that people with albinism deserve not only equal rights, but also the dignity, safety, and health care needed to live full, healthy lives. She harps on the need to build a society where every Nigerian, regardless of skin condition, can thrive with pride and dignity. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has called on members of the diaspora community to show more commitment to the well-being of their home country by throwing their weight behind ongoing efforts to rebuild Nigeria. She said this during an audience with the President and CEO of Montefiore Medicine, Dr. Phillips Ozwa, in her office. State House correspondent Adeni Tayo reports.
At different fora within and outside the shores of the country, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has been relentless in her call for domestic and international support for Nigeria. More than her voice, however, her action appears to be doing the trick and getting the right attention as Dr. Phillips Ozwa, President and Chief Executive Officer of Montefiore Medicine, the umbrella organization for Montefiore Health System, came calling at our office, inspired by impactful interventions in health and education.
So I've been hearing very positively about Her Excellency's work in healthcare, and I came to pay homage and to tell her how inspired I've been by all that work.
The First Lady, while thanking her guests for flying the flag of Nigeria and supporting the brand in the diaspora, reiterates the need for other members of the diaspora community to leverage their expertise and resources in favor of their home country.
I know America, once you're doing this great, they don't want to let you go. But for you to look back home and want to really assist, starting from education, which is wonderful, because a society that half of the population is not educated is a disaster. Is a society going on that. So that was one of the things we are trying to do and see how we can help, not only in the health sector, in education as well, and also economic empowerment for our people, which we are doing through the Renewed Hope Initiative. I believe we'll have a lot of things to talk about and see where you can come in and assist us.
Education and health are in focus as talks are already underway for a collaboration between Dr. Ozwa and Renewed Hope Initiative to expand the scope of benefits to more women and children in the country. In the State House, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
At this point, we shall be joining our Lagos Network Center, where Adiola Komiakere is there to give us more on Nationwide. Hello, Adiola.
And welcome to Lagos. Peaceful coexistence between people of the Southeast and their host communities across Nigeria is essential for national unity and cohesion. Chairman Southeast Governors Forum and Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma at a forum in Lagos says this forms part of the recommendations of the committee created to address indigenous settlers dichotomy that affects economic activities of the people. Amaka Owo reports.
The people of the Southeast are known to engage in high volume of trade and commerce, which make them migrate to various parts of the country. This convergence leaders and prominent personalities from the zone seeks to champion peaceful coexistence, which they consider an important element for businesses to thrive for economic advancement of the country. Chairman of Southeast Governors Forum and Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, received the recommendations by Stakeholders Committee set up to address some challenges, explained that deliberations received the support of the Lagos State government for a conducive business environment for the people.
We have Igbo population huge in Lagos, in Kano, in Sokoto, in Medugri, name it. So, and we will do our best to visit these cities where we have a large chunk of Igbo settlements to speak to the issue of a united Nigeria.
The unity of Nigeria, others say, remains a non-negotiable project to be supported by all citizens.
As Nigerians, we're brothers and sisters and each other's keeper. Because wherever we live and we reside in Nigeria and we do legitimate business, we are all collectively working towards the success of this great nation. Nigerians are one, wherever we are.
Key players also urged governors of the 5 eastern states to quell all traces of insecurity, stifling investment opportunities and commercial activities in the zone. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
And we're done from Lagos for now. Nationwide will continue with Gabriel in Port Harcourt after this time out.
Welcome to Port Harcourt. As Nigerians mark a significant milestone of 26 years of uninterrupted democracy, despite its challenges, which is often considered superior to military rule due to its emphasis on individual rights, transparency, and citizen participation. God's power, irregular, and this report highlights the value of democratic governance and the need for continuous improvement to ensure its effectiveness. His report is here presented.
With the 2023 general election ushering in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, Nigeria marks 26 years of unbroken democracy, having successfully conducted 7 elections. This milestone represents a watershed moment in the nation's democratic history since independence. While acknowledging the challenges ahead, analysts believe the country is making progress.
Some of the things we are going through now is not as exactly as it was in 1998, like before 1999, under military rule. Democracy is a term in government that, if well practiced, the benefit of it will be of interest, great interest to both the ordinary man on the street.
It's a nascent democracy we are learning. But we expect a better Nigeria. We expect better elections. We expect a Nigeria that will create employment for the unemployed, employment for the teeming graduates. So we expect a Nigeria with good electoral system.
Respondents acknowledged that the military era contributed to certain developmental strides. They, however, emphasized that the institutions and national monuments built during that era can not justify the harsh realities of military rule.
But democracy, no matter how bad it is today, I think it is more and far more better.
The youth should be given proper political orientation so that they feel they know what they will do when they get into office. And of course, there should be proper check and balances.
Stakeholders believe that while democracy has taken root in Nigeria, strengthening institutions through electoral reforms, free press, independent judiciary, citizen participation, and tolerance for opposition will provide a solid foundation for sustainable democracy.
And that's it from Abuja. It's now back to Nolin Inab.
Thank you very much, Gabriel Amonike from our Port Harcourt Network Center. A national strategic roadmap has been developed and approved for the agro-climatic resilience in semi-arid landscapes, a CRISOL program covering 19 northern states. The roadmap will guide government and private sector investments in the region. The development of the roadmap followed a two-day technical session attended by member states, World Bank and federal government delegations held in Bidda. Musa Mikhail reports.
Engagement focuses on enhancing resilience and sustainability in semi-arid regions through policy formulation and implementation. Misao Kamadugu, Yesoram area of Bauchi, Yola, Maiduguri and Lake Chad were carefully studied by experts from academia, consultants, the World Bank and the federal government. The specialists explore the economic potential, challenges and prospects of these areas, leveraging the use of technology and youth inclusion in a more integrated way across the environment, water resources, climate and agriculture.
If you look at these two catchments, they cover a total area of about 9 million hectares. And really, this is one catchment or two catchments that are really rich in biodiversity. They are rich in natural resources.
What are the opportunities that are there and what is it that could be done over the next 20 years, not just under ACRISAL, but under all kinds of programs.
The essence of the plan is to provide roadmap and classical footprint for developmental efforts in each of those 19 northern states and FCT that are participating.
I think it's a very good document. At the end of the day, Nigeria Integrated Water Resources Management Commission is going to use the document.
People of vested interest are advocating document be put to efficient use by government on all levels. Musa Mikhail, NT News.
Education sector in Anambra State has continued to receive a boost with the launch of Smart Learn Anambra initiative by the state government in 22 pilot schools across the state. Ndem Kalu completes the report.
The Smart Learn Anambra initiative is a strategic step towards transforming the education sector and deepening digital learning. It aims to empower both students and teachers by integrating modern technology into classrooms. In line with the state's vision for a tech-driven future, the selected pilot schools will be equipped with state-of-the-art digital tools, e-learning platforms, among others, thereby providing them access to enhanced teaching and learning experience.
We are very intentional about it, very deliberate, that we must provide you with the enabling work tools you require to be able to take our children to that next level that we all desire and deserve. While we are trying to get your schools to become smart, you too must be first smart.
For him, he has a maxim, technology for everything, everywhere technology. The world is becoming a global village and everything is hinged on technology.
Yeah, there's been a series of training for the teachers. There have been multiple trainings for the teachers, training to build their competence, training to improve their skills, expand their knowledge around digital technology.
Benefiting schools describe the initiative as a transforming development.
Very happy that of all the schools in Oka here, we are the one choosing to be the smart school. The impact of the smart school here have even started. At least the system of teaching now is automatically changing.
With the launch of the pilot phase, government plans to expand the program to reach more schools. In Oka, Ndem Kalu, NTN News.
And still staying with Oka, let's join Onome, who will be telling us how the ministry intends to monitor the effectiveness of the Smart Learning Initiative. Over to you, Onome.
Thank you so much. The ministry has put modalities in place to checkmate the activities going in schools picked for the school learning initiative. They have supervisors that will be going there to check on them regularly, and of course they have their day-to-day feedback program where they will check whether there are weaknesses and their challenges so that they will give the feedback to the tech team. And of course, the state government, according to research, investigation reveals that the state government has trained teachers that we cascade this training to other teachers. When we are talking about teachers, we are talking about all the teachers in the 21 schools appointed, nominated for this tech-driven initiative by the state government, so that teachers that are yet to key into this program will be trained, and the learning environment will also be put in place for them to benefit from the magnanimity of the state government of Anambra State.
All right, very well. Thank you so much, Onome. All right, from Oka, we take you to Enugu, where Chika Okorie is standing by to give us more on Nationwide. Hello, Chika.
The Enugu state government has stated its resolve to partner public and private sector initiatives and other relevant agencies to reposition Nsukka zone and unlock her economic potentials in the area of agriculture and innovation. This came to the fore during the Nsukka Economic Development and Investment Forum organized to identify its on-top natural resources for the overall development of the area. Blessing Anyang is our guide.
The aim of this gathering is to raise awareness, inspire a paradigm shift, and empower Nsukka people to think differently and invest in agriculture to attract needed development. Governor of Enugu State represented restated government's desire and moves to reposition the state, especially in Nsukka zone. He called for more synergy and change of mindset to attract desired development.
For us to really achieve what we want, there is need for us to play our own role. Playing our own role is believing that you can do it without the help of anybody, even the government.
Governor looks out for where economy is discussed, platform for where people can be brought in and their mind enlarged so that they can think globally when it comes to economy.
An economist, Professor Osita Obu, explained that building a vibrant economy requires hard work and resilience, while emphasizing the importance of cultivating the right mindset for business growth.
They have to rise and see themselves as entrepreneurs, as ones that can partner with private sector to re-engineer the economy.
The President, Nsima, while appreciating government's efforts so far, believes that Enugu North has the capacity to increase the state's GDP of $30 billion when fully harnessed.
We're here to see how we will make the dream of the governor to raise 30 billion. It's obvious that we'll make more than 50 billion.
Goodwill messages came from revered personalities, including the former Deputy Governor of Enugu State. The event climaxed with a panel discussion in Enugu. Blessing Anyang.
That's all we have for you from here. Over to you, Nolin, Abuja, for the continuation of the news.
Thank you very much, Chika Okorie. President Bola Tinubu extends heartfelt condolences to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the government and the people of the Republic of India following the tragic crash of Air India flight A171 near Ahmedabad. President Tinubu expresses deep sorrow over the tragic incident and offers prayers for the families of the victims, the injured, and the entire Indian nation during this moment of grief. The president also commiserates with the leaders of Great Britain, Portugal, and Canada over losing their nationals on the ill-fated flight. President Tinubu commends a swift response of the emergency agencies in India and expresses his confidence in their capacity and compassion to make a difference in the complicated situation. The president prays that the Almighty God will receive the souls of the departed and comfort their families. On this note, we conclude Nationwide today. Thank you for watching. I am Nolin Ebel Ame. Bye for now.